nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MyTarot morning reflection, our daily inventory and chance to take a breath. Oh, I forgot to close the door and I just watched Mina come in. She's so wonderful. So good morning, Maureen. Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. So how are we? It is like coming towards the end, or at least the middle of July. The sun is singing, the birds are shining, and life is complete, at least at this one moment. And boy, I can feel the sneeze. Oh my goodness, where'd that come from? So, now that that's out of the way, it's our chance to relax, take a second, check in with the universe, listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Breathe with feet flat on the floor, shoulders relaxed. Feet on the floor, butt doing the kitty dance. Checking in with the shoulders. Where are they? And then the neck. And doing that light switch that says, okay, all that ADD and hyperness, let's put that aside for a second. And let's just kind of be grounded. That's what we do. We do this in the mornings to be grounded. Jenna, I have missed you. That's why I feel grounded this morning, because you're here. I hope you are doing well. Yep, this is where the universe can hold up a mirror, ask us what do we see, and we use the tarot as that reflection. I'm going to be up in Hagerstown tomorrow. Good morning, Angelina. Jenna, I hope all has been going well with you. Okay, so let's do this one more time. I get asked every now and then, how do you know how often to shuffle or how many times? And it really is funny. It's just all intuition, because every time you do one shuffle, every time you split the cards, anytime you do anything like that, it really changes the wheel. That wheel goes in a totally different direction. It's going to stop on a different number. Because it's like each one of these stacks is a different thread that goes out to the universe. Each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this conversation will lead down one path. This is a totally different path, and who knows where... You know what? We know where this one's going to lead. Do you know why? So I'm going to grab that one. So let's take the center stack, or what I like to think of as right at the heart. It's what's right at the center. It's what's right at the heart. So I'm going to flip each card over one at a time, like we're reading the pages of a book. The first card we have, it is the Three of Pentacles. So Pentacles are our home, health, and finances, and all those things that keep us grounded. And with the threes are about growth. Threes are about taking a concept, taking something, and moving forward with it. And this person looks like they are contemplating this wall. And I'm going to imagine that they're contemplating what they can do with it next. And then we have Temperance. So this is our major, and we pay attention to the majors. And what is temperance? Temperance is just that, the word temperance. It means not too much, not too little. It's about finding that perfect balance. And so if we're with the Three of Coins, sometimes I like the way this person's doing this, because they could just pick up a hammer and just start hitting, or they could just start painting, or they could, but they're coming up with that concept and they're ready to move on it, not because they just jumped right at it, but they went through the Two of Coins first, balancing things out, and then with three, they have a direction. To the Ten of Cups. So, cups are our emotions, our spirituality, our feelings. And tens are about completion. Tens are about, we've accomplished something, so let's enjoy it. Ten of Cups is about one of the happiest cards in the deck. And yeah, we can't be happy in all aspects of our lives, but there are some things to be grateful for. So it's kind of a gratitude list thing. So far what we have here is that we have things we need to get started to doing today. And sometimes we may be tempted into just jumping into something and not really weighing things out. I know that I've got a lot of stuff going on at work, and I could just jump in there and not go through, not do the process of, do I have 30 minutes to go through emails? Do I have the extra 30 minutes? Instead, I could just immediately pick up the phone and just push everything. Instead, this is reminding me, it's like, you know what? My phone needs to go on hold, and I need to spend 30 minutes lining my day up. 90% of creating a project sometimes is just planning. And then the last 10% is the doing. So this is one of those things where we weigh out what we're doing. And I'm going to say that I'm going to look for the goal of how can I feel like I've accomplished something and did something good today. Doesn't have to be work. But I can think about my home, things like that, balancing things out. But this is going to remind me to maybe make a goal for myself today. But let's see the advice card. It's the Three of Swords. This is what we need to look out for. And Maureen's saying years ago, I did TM training, and that is what we did. Sat there and stared at a blank wall till we were bored out of our bodies. Wow, I bet you that's part of exactly what that is. Now, this tarot, this one, does not have a book with it. But that might just be it. Because he is contemplating. So here we have the goals that we set for ourselves. But what's the one thing that's going to get in our way? What is the one thing that definitely ourselves? That's the Three of Swords. This is reminding us that swords are our thoughts, swords are our ideas, swords are sometimes our anxieties. So with the coins, you plant a seed. With the ace, 2, we're balancing things out. 3 is about action and time to stand up and do something. With the swords, we have the idea. This is in our head. And we weigh these things out. Sometimes that can be anxiety inducing, having two options. And then that third sword comes along and just throws a loop into it. That third sword is us getting in our own way. So, and sometimes if we think about it, because we're geared because of the Pamela Coleman Smith, but that third sword could also be a decision, a solid decision. So what this is reminding us today is that we can set a goal if we can remember to find a balance and not get in our own way, to find the positive thought that's going to move us forward, but not to get caught up in our own mental thinking. Just as it's starting to become a lot of metal to carry around. Yeah, exactly. Because swords are our thoughts and our ideas, and by the time we start carrying them, that weighs down on our minds. So today it's kind of about, almost could even be saying, setting up that gratitude list. If we can set that up and create a goal of where we want to be, and if we focus on balance and not letting our thoughts get in our way, we may be able to accidentally set ourselves up to have a good day. If we decide to manifest that positive outcome. This is manifesting a positive outcome today. Doesn't mean that we're not going to have to pay bills and somebody's going to step in your toe and somebody's going to pull out in front of you and make you late for work. They're all outside of our hula hoop. And remember, we live inside a hula hoop. Today it's about manifesting that positive outcome by reflecting on what's inside the hula hoop. This is when we start worrying about all the things outside of that hula hoop. So today, I am going to manifest a positive outcome. I love setting myself up to have a good day. By accident, exactly. Yeah, oh, Maureen's saying how her daughter loves this deck. I know, isn't this a wonderful deck? So I'm actually kind of going through some of the decks I've already used. So I've been, for the last 3 weeks, I've used a different deck a day, but I'm looking over there and I have a lot of pop culture decks, and I have a lot of different historical Marseille decks, and just decks that I don't really kind of connect with, but I keep. So I'm sure if I dig around some more, I could pull out some more. I'm looking over there, but I think I'm going to start looking at some of the decks that I used over the past 3 weeks. But I really like this one. So with that, thank you again, and I hope everybody has that absolutely amazing, amazing day. That 10 of Cups day, at least within our hula hoop. And I will be back here again tomorrow. Jenna, it was nice seeing you again. And take care, everybody, and I will talk to you later.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the card.